Hi guys, it's Katie, and today I'm going to show you how to make this Hawaiian mini meatloaf dinner. This is a recipe from my childhood, from a really old cookbook that my mom had. I hope you like the recipe in the video and give it a try. So let's see how I make it. To make these Hawaiian meatloaves, I have a pound of 90-10 ground beef. You can replace that with any ground meat that you prefer if you want turkey or a fattier ground beef. I have a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple that I've drained and also sort of squeezed dry with my hands. You want to reserve the juice. You should get at least a cup of juice from a 20-ounce can. I have about a cup of ground up oatmeal, or you could use breadcrumbs. And to make the oatmeal, I just pulse it in my blender, or you could use a food processor, until you get sort of coarse crumbs. I have a cup of onion, that's about a small onion. I have a cup of diced green and red bell pepper. You could use one or the other. I just happen to have a little bit of both. I have 2 cloves of garlic, egg, and some salt and pepper. So to make this is very simple. You just dump everything in the bowl. So I have my ground beef. I'm going to go ahead and put in my onions, my bell pepper, and the garlic. And you want to have your vegetables chopped pretty finely so that they mix well into the ground beef. I'm going to go ahead and crack my egg. Go ahead and put the pineapple in as well. And the breadcrumbs. Okay, I'm going to put some salt and pepper to taste. And you can mix it with a spoon. I just get in there with my hands and mix everything together till it's well incorporated. Depending on how well you were able to squeeze your pineapple dry, you may need to add a little bit more breadcrumbs or oatmeal. That's fine. If you find that it's a little bit dry, you can add an extra egg, or just a little splash of water can help too. But this looks like it's just about perfect. So generally I just divide this into 4 or 5 sections and make little individual meatloaves. And just form it in your hand in sort of a oval or football shape like that. I've also used this same recipe and made small meatball size ones and served them as sort of an appetizer at a party. They went over really well, especially since they have a really fun sort of dipping sauce. I actually just put a toothpick in each of the meatballs and served the dipping sauce on the side, and they were a big hit. But for tonight, I'm going to make these little individual meatloaves. I'm going to put these in a preheated 350-degree oven. They're going to cook about 50 minutes, maybe an hour. We'll check on them at 50 minutes. While the meatloaves are baking, I'm going to go ahead and make a sweet and sour sauce to pour over them or to dip them in. And in a cold saucepan, I'm going to put my reserved pineapple juice. That was from the crushed pineapple that we put in the meatloaf. So it's about a cup, maybe a little bit more than a cup. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Cornstarch into the cold pineapple juice. And I want to make sure that I mix that together really well, so that there's no lumps. Next I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of yellow mustard. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of ketchup, which is 4 tablespoons. I think I have just enough. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And a couple dashes of Tabasco sauce. You just add this to taste. And now I'm just going to whisk that together. You want to make sure everything is well whisked together before you add the heat. You don't want the cornstarch to get lumps. So just whisk that together really well. Once everything is well mixed together, I'm going to turn on the heat. I want to cook this on sort of a medium-high. But you want to keep a close eye on it. You don't want it to stick to the bottom or scorch, and it will start to thicken, so you need to make sure you're keeping an eye on it. It should just take a few minutes. Right, the sauce has come up to a boil and it's already thickening up. It should thicken up pretty quickly after it starts to simmer, and it will thicken a little bit more as it cools. So that's what the mini meatloafs look like when they come out of the oven. And I have the sauce, which can sometimes form a little skin, so I just kind of re-whisk it, re-warm it if it needs to be, and then I'm going to just pour a little bit over each one, and the rest of the sauce I'll serve at the table. So this is just to sort of glaze them. You can serve this with mashed potatoes or boiled potatoes. It's also really good with rice, and then just add a veggie on the side and you have a delicious and hearty meal. I hope you liked this recipe. You can give my video a thumbs up if you did, and leave me some comments down below, especially if you try this recipe. I'd love to hear what you think of it. Subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.